You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the April 2nd meeting of the Michigan City Parks and Recreation Board. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Good evening. Welcome to the Michigan City Park Board meeting for April 2nd, Wednesday. Would you please stand and join us in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Walker, would you please call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Glenn.
Here.
Ms. Sperling.
Here.
Mr. Labus.
Here.
Ms. Ward.
Here. We have the minutes of the previous meeting, which we all received. Are there any corrections or additions to the minutes of the previous meeting? Can I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I move that we accept the minutes.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried.
Project updates. Do we have any project updates?
No.
Tabled business, we have the Fetters Alley all-inclusive playground design presentation was tabled, so we need a motion to take it off the table.
I move that we take off the Fetters Alley all-inclusive playground design presentation.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Now we're ready for a electronic presentation.
Yep. Joe, Austin, and Bryce.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
I hope this works, but let's see. Everyone seeing my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, thanks, everyone. Sorry we're not there in person, but we had a tough time getting this date scheduled, and I'm actually on spring break, and my kid's on spring break, so I'm home sort of keeping an eye on him, driving him around. But we are here tonight to give you guys a presentation on 50% construction documents. I think we were there in January is when we were, and now we're here to give you this one. So just our agenda tonight, quick introduction, kind of go over the goal and concept design, which we went over last time, just to summarize that again. Bulk of the presentation will be our in-progress construction documents, and we'll go through our current set, talk about some of the proposed products, and then next steps. Again, my name is Joel Baldwin. I'm a principal with Hitchcock Design Group, and as you guys all know, we're the prime consultant and landscape architect on the project. And also Austin Blomecki is landscape architect, but is representing Jones Petrie Ravinsky, JPR, who's doing our survey, architecture, and engineering. If you're there, Austin, you could say hello. Just to summarize, our goal again is to create a destination playground that the whole community can be proud of. The new park will be inclusive and multi-generational and feature fitness stations and walking trails, promote healthy lifestyles. Again, inclusive playgrounds support the abilities and recognize the possibility of all our community members. This is the concept that we initially developed. New shelter with accessible restrooms, new inclusive playground kind of tucked into the corner of Fetters Alley. You can see new perimeter path that's changed slightly, new fitness equipment, new shelter, and so on. Just zooming in on the playground plan. We did make some changes to the overall playground plan as we've advanced the drawings. We had some budget issues, and so we've scaled some things back. Really, everything's pretty much in here. We've just made the playground a little bit smaller, made the restroom building a little bit smaller, but we're trying to retain the overall design of the site, and I think we're doing a pretty good job doing that. Again, some of the initial concepts, images, perspectives that were developed. This is the entry plaza with the dragonfly sculptures, just an image of the inclusive playground. The fish structure, zip line, small boats, the fox den hangouts, and the swings and the spinners. Some images of the playground, really the focal point of the project, custom designed playground made to blend in with Fetters Alley and Washington Park and the dune environment. Some images sort of within the playground on the left. The image on the right is from the upper level up by the restrooms. You actually access the playground on the second level, then go down into the playground. Just a couple more images of the playground. This is some images of the accessible walking trail and the exercise equipment and the picnic shelter. This is the exercise area. And then just kind of the overall perspective, you kind of see how it's tucked into the slope, and then the outcropping stone helps retain the slope and got some stairs going up that slope. And then there's some, a slope that's got slope ramp and some other climbing apparatuses. So this is where we're at with the construction documents. As of today, we're about 50%. We've got a lot done. We still have a lot of coordination to do, but it's a pretty full set of landscape drawings, architecture drawings, utility drawings, electrical, mechanical, and so on. It's just some symbols and abbreviations, sort of a standard sheet. This is the site survey of the whole area. Again, this is, Fetters Alley area, existing parking, senior center is up here, amphitheater is here, and all these lines are the contours of the site, and we're kind of tucking the playground right in here in this corner. This is our site preparations and removals plan. You'll notice that we've kind of zoomed in, we've enlarged the drawings, and which requires us to do two different drawings. So this is sort of the west side of the site, and then the next sheet would be the east side of the site. This is where most of the demolition is happening, but we're excavating for the path, excavating for the playground, the shelter, doing some removals of some existing items that are out there. This is the east half, which is predominantly just the path. This is layout and materials. So again, we sort of zoom back out, but we'll zoom back in again on the next sheet. So this is the, zooming in on the layout of the playground. You see the shelter, exercise area. This is the fish and the double zip line and the boats and stairs coming down the slope and retaining wall. This is the large playground and some spinners and some other independent pieces. This is the slope. See how you access the playground from the upper level, and then there's a couple pieces. We're incorporating the slope coming down into the playground. This is the other half. Get some swings, some other climbers, again, slope in the shelter. This is the exercise equipment. This is a plan showing the pattern for the poured in place soft surface. And nice, sort of a wavy pattern running through. 3 different colors, actually 4 different colors. Some of our construction details, everything from asphalt paving to concrete, to different joints and banding and playground curbs and slope and how that's all being built. Some additional site details. Mostly these are the slope, kind of the condition for the poured in place on the slope and the hill slide and the hill climber. This one's in progress, but this will show how the playground's connecting to the slope and some log steppers that are being proposed. Some additional details, ADA details, bollard and rope fence, some additional sections for the stone and some of our enlargements for some of the special paving. And then landscape plan. Mostly we're just going to be sodding, which isn't on here yet, but a lot of the disturbed areas and the areas along the path will be resodded. But we will be doing some pretty extensive landscaping in these areas, kind of on each side of the shelter and then the slope coming down into the playground. So we started to lay out that plant material. This sheet will just have sod. zooming in on the plant material. It's not labeled yet, but we'll progress these drawings as we move forward. Some of our standard details. And then we get into the grading plan, and I will turn this over to Austin to walk you through the grading and the utilities and the architecture and all the rest of the plans prepared by JPR and their team. So,
Yeah. Thanks, Joel. Not a whole lot to say on this sheet, other than, what Joel had mentioned. There's quite a bit of slope on the site. So in general, the site is higher on the north side towards Federer Drive, and then down kind of right in the middle is a low point for the entire of this park area. So we have a retention basin in that space, and it's already kind of serving as a retention basin for a portion of Lakeshore Drive. So we need to maintain that. So that's the low point there. Yeah. So this next page is just identifying the walkway path around there. We'll continue to add additional spot grades on this, making sure that we have accessible walkways throughout the park. The utility plan, right now we're showing a sanitary connection over at a manhole just outside the senior center. So that's going to come over and then eventually cross Fetters Drive there, making that connection to the proposed restroom. The water connection is coming off of the intersection there by Fetters Drive in the northwest, coming over to the new restroom. So we have to make a new tap there. And then the electrical connection, kind of gone back and forth, but we're going to use an existing panel, kind of located right where Joel's pointing out in the southeast corner there. And we'll run new service up to the restroom there. And then, as I mentioned, there's existing storm running along Lakeshore Drive, with the creation of this detention basin and kind of the existing elevation of the outfall. We need to reconfigure some of that pipe a little bit there. So that's what that storm line shown is there. Erosion control, for the most part, because this site is sloping towards the center, erosion or the silt fabric or silt fence is not needed around the entire perimeter of the site. So we're just showing it on kind of the west and the southern edge of this proposed improvements. Where we do have the retention basin, we're proposing some erosion control blankets to just help establish seeding or sod. And then up on Fetters Drive, we have a location there for some topsoil stockpiling and concrete washout. These are just a variety of the details needed for the erosion control, the silt fence, erosion control blanket, all the standard details. And then we get into the architecture portion with the restroom building. So just the standard notes sheet. This is the foundation plan, just giving dimensions, the roof plan layout. This will be a standing seam metal roof. The layout of the restroom facility, as Joel mentioned, with budget, it shrunk a little bit. So what we're proposing now is we have a women's restroom, men's restroom, and then a family restroom in the northeast corner. And then southeast corner is a storage unit or storage room with the plumbing chase down the middle. So we have 3 stalls in the women's restroom with 3 sinks, and then 2 stalls and a urinal in the men's. And again, that family restroom. One thing to note for the family restroom is that we'll have an adult changing station as part of this inclusivity and accessibility for all. This is just getting into more depth on the ceiling plan, roof plan again. Here's the elevation. So on the north side and the south side, there will be windows to let in some natural light. And then we went back and forth a number of times on materials, but ultimately we're revising that to just be some fiber cement siding. And we'll do our best to kind of match the colors to some of the other buildings in Washington Park area. Just some additional sections here looking through the building and then kind of longitudinally with section C and A. Some additional details here for the wall sections, just looking at how the exterior is being constructed with the wall and what that interface is like, as well as the windows and all of that. Enlarged floor plan, just giving a bit more detail on the spacing of some of the interior site fixtures, making sure that we have clearances for people so that it's all accessible. And then just some additional details here on constructability of the finishes and door frames, and really getting into the details there. Next few slides here are the electrical site plan and kind of the details on what's going into the site and the restroom itself. For the site plan, as I mentioned, we're making that connection in the southeast to that existing panel, running up to the southeast corner of the building where that storage room is. And there will be a wall-mounted utility meter in that location. Also on the southeast corner of the restroom building, I believe we're going to have a security camera and then also another security camera at the shelter in the southwest corner. So hopefully between those two locations, we can get good coverage of the entire site. And then we have a few receptacles throughout the area as well. This is looking at a bit more utility electrical connections within the restroom itself, looking at exterior and interior of the building. Just some additional information on symbols on the plans, panel connections, trench detail. And then we get into mechanical plans, looking at ventilation and how that's being proposed in this. Again, we have that plumbing chase down the middle, which is housing a lot of the mechanical and mechanical components of this. Just the equipment schedule on this page. And then a bit more of the details on how this is all going together on the mechanical side, plumbing details. So in general, that plumbing chase is going to handle a lot of this plumbing and electrical. So that's all I have.
Thanks, Austin. Just next section here is just to give you some visuals of some of the products. The outcropping stone, which is the retaining wall along the west side holding up the slope. Kind of an image of what that will look like. The picnic shelter is, this is the one that was just installed at Water Tower Park, and so it'll be something similar to this. This is the tables and chairs that we are proposing. There's a few of these within the playground. And then there's the bench and the trash receptacle. Both are proposed to be Victor Stanley, and just some images of what they will look like. So our next steps, we are, we're complete with task 1. We are in task 2, which is construction document development. We started in January and we're looking to get things wrapped up here in May. We're making good progress. And then task 3 will be bidding negotiations, and task 4 will be construction. Both of those are to be determined based on final funding and schedules and so on. So that's our presentation today. Is there any questions?
There's presently a play structure at the east end of the park. A playground area at the east end. We have plans for that.
At the east end will be removed.
Can we repurpose that, or is that possible? Doesn't look that old.
It's from 1970.
That's not old.
Yes,
My
I know.
opinion. That's the oldest one we have. Is it really?
It's just
Yeah.
getting broken down.
No,
Getting
it
broken.
doesn't like live up to any national safety standards right now. It's not ADA accessible, so
Stand corrected.
nope, that will be removed and replaced with a new project.
We live in this backyard.
Yeah,
You can have it if you want.
yeah.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask next.
Take it out the fence.
With the scaling down, he had mentioned the scaling down earlier. Did you guys know about that, or is that like a?
Mhm.
Okay.
So we've been meeting weekly,
Mm-hmm.
but some of these items are over budget, as it's everything today.
Yeah.
So we have moved some of the equipment around and then kind of shrunk the footprint for the safety surfacing, which is like one of the biggest expenses.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not really losing any elements. We're just
Mm-hmm.
playing around with size. We did shrink, I think, one stall out of the women's and one out of the men's
Mm-hmm.
restrooms. The building did have a cupola at one point, which looked beautiful, but very expensive and really served no purpose other than aesthetics. And we needed to keep that family changing room. I mean, that's part of the goal of this is
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
inclusivity.
Right.
So we're keeping the elements. I think the other thing that we'll probably lose is the climbing structure that looked like a lizard.
Mhm.
It was just a concrete painted play structure, which is also public art, but not like a really high quality play item.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the things that we've shaved down, but I think we're coming really close to coming within our budget.
Yeah. Like what percentage do you feel like you had to scale down the footprint of it? Is it a lot or not too bad?
No, Joel, what do you think? The footprint shrunk maybe 10-15%?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So
Mhm. And what about the landscaping? I mean, it all sounds beautiful. Do we need like sprinkler system in there? Is this something we need to keep up with that as far as water, with it being new and continuing?
Right.
know?
So up front, probably there'll be some maintenance when the plants are first put in, but we're going with all native dune plants. So they will
Pretty
be
hardy.
very low maintenance as far as
Mhm.
watering.
Yeah.
And they'll be, adding to the habitat of the dune environment.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's not going to be flowers that we have to plant every spring.
Yeah.
And water.
That's good. But the sod in the beginning, is that something that the city then?
I don't know if we're
waters?
gonna do sod yet. Pat and I have met with our team here and we're talking about doing maybe hydro seed. So that's kind of still up in the air. Sod's
Mhm.
really expensive.
Mhm.
yeah, we're looking at that, and as Shannon said, it's kind of going back and forth what we could afford, but the contractor would be responsible for getting it established. So
Mhm. Oh, okay. Cool. Thank you.
Will we have cameras or anything covering everything?
Yeah, so there's 2 to 3 cameras right now in the plan, but I'm also working with IT on a project that City IT is working with Michigan City area schools on a fiber network that's already in place with the school system, and they're doing some beta testing through a city school partnership. So the park will probably be the benefactor of several beta test cameras that are wireless that go back to this fiber network throughout the city. That should start here. I'm guessing in the next month or so, we'll get our first camera at Water Tower Park. So if those play out during the beta testing, that's an opportunity for us to put cameras in a lot of locations with no ongoing costs other than just purchasing the camera and installing it.
great.
So I'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're looking forward to our first
Mhm.
free beta test camera.
And then will we have signs up that
Mhm.
say that? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We
Okay.
do put up
Okay.
signs when we have cameras. Yep.
And then, one more thing, you mentioned the exterior, you were talking about going back and forth on that. You said the fiber cement siding. Is that, because graffiti things happen, is that a good cleanable? Pat would probably know best, right? That's good. Okay, cool. As opposed to obviously brick is probably the worst, right? For cleaning.
And the most expensive, we
Yeah.
started with a stone facade and it's just out of our budget at this point.
Yeah. Mhm.
Any other questions from the board for Joel or Austin or Bryce?
We need to take any,
Yes, I would ask the board to approve the 50% construction drawings as presented tonight. And we're looking at the end of May for the final presentation.
we need a motion.
I motion to approve the 50% playground design.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
New business, the 2025 Michigan City Area Schools Summer Feeding Program.
Yes, this is a return program that we do every year in partnership with the schools to make sure that our kids are being fed during the summer months when school is not in session. This year, they're requesting the use of Joe Hawkins Park, Tall Timbers Park, and Walker Street Park. The program is free for children 18 years of age and younger. The program would run Monday through Friday from June 4th through July 25th. They have submitted their insurance certificate, which is in proper order. And then I did get some numbers from the 2024 feeding program. So at Joe Hawkins, they served 932 meals, Tall Timbers 878, and Walker Street Park 244 meals during the summer. So this is a significant program for the kids in our city, and I would highly recommend that you approve it for the 2025 season.
Any questions or comments?
It's great.
We need a motion to accept the summer feeding program.
I motion to accept the 2025 Michigan City Area Schools Summer Feeding Program.
A second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
We have the 2025 Brew at the Zoo license agreement.
Yes, so this is our standard major event license agreement. It is for Brew at the Zoo, which is hosted by the Michigan City Zoological Society. The event will be held on Saturday, June 7th of 2025. And this is the same event they've been doing for, I want to say 9 years, might even be their 10th. It's a great event. It's a good fundraiser for the Zoo Society. And I would recommend approval.
Any questions or comments?
I was just curious, how much do they usually raise at the?
So it's been kind of back and forth, COVID kind of
Yeah.
crushed everything. I want to say last year they were in the $20,000 range
Wow.
for the one night
Awesome.
event, maybe a little bit under
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
But I think 20 is probably about their
Yeah.
fundraising goal mark.
Mhm.
And I would expect ticket sales to be sold out again this year.
Yeah.
So-
How much are the tickets?
$50.
50, yeah.
But yeah, it's a really fun event. Great location.
Yeah, it's cool. And all the proceeds go directly to the zoo?
They
or
do
how-
not. So the proceeds go to the Zoo Society, but then the Zoo
Right.
Society provides up to $25,000 a year for vet care and zoo food. And then they also, outside of that, which is in our MOU, fund other projects,
Mhm.
animal acquisition, travel expenses,
Mhm.
things like that.
Yeah. Mhm. Pretty much is going to the zoo, right? Is there any?
Well, yeah. I mean, if they make 20,000, they give us 25 in vet bills.
Yeah. Yeah. It's great.
Need a motion on the Brew at the Zoo.
Yes.
Public comment?
Oh,
Oh.
I'm sorry. Is there any comment from the public? Now we need a motion.
I motion to approve the 2025 Brew at the Zoo major event license agreement.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, motion carried.
We have the 2025 major license agreement with Live at the Lakefront.
I'll remind the board that the board has approved MOU for the use of Millennium Plaza with Harbor Country Adventures. The MOU itself requires that they enter into our major event license agreement for any ticketed events. So this lays out their Live at the Lakefront concert series for the 2025 season. There is no fee because they pay the fee through the MOU, and this is our standard agreement.
Mhm.
So I would recommend approval.
Quite a lineup.
Mhm.
So
Very
any
cool.
questions or comments from the board?
It's
Any
great.
questions or comments from the public? Need a motion to move forward?
I move that we approve the 2025 major event license agreement Live at the Lakefront. God bless you.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
And we are at reports of the officers, the superintendent's report.
Thank you. I'd like to report that I attended the mayor's town hall meeting on Monday. It was at the Hope Center. The next meeting will be on May 22nd at Squat Post. The meetings are from 5:30 to 7 PM and they are an open forum with the mayor and the city department heads. So the public can come out, ask questions about your garbage or park programs, or whatever it is, and get answers that night. So the first two were very well attended, and I would encourage everyone to come on out on May 22nd. The zoo opened this past Saturday with some not so nice weather, but they are open now. Gates are open daily at 10 o'clock, and they are accepting reservations right now for field trips. So if you want to bring your kiddos out there on a field trip, please sign up now. First come, first serve basis, and we're usually full to capacity every year. Our new stroller safari program is now open for registration too. That's for kids 2 to 5-year-olds with a chaperone. You can sign up for that on the website. Again, limited availability, so sign up quickly. JB West just completed the roof repairs from the hail damage on May 7th of last year. Now we have this new weather coming in. I hope we don't get any more. To remind the board, we had 45 roofs in the park system that were damaged on that day. And it's been almost a year-long process getting these repaired. During the repairs at the zoo, there was a lot of damage found underneath the shingles when they were taking them off. So a lot of decking boards needed to be replaced. We ended up adding some ventilation to the Discovery building. So there was some additional work that wasn't covered by insurance, but had to be done while the roofs were open. So that's wrapping up. The storm on Sunday, the golf course got hit pretty hard. Green Superintendent Mike Moore is here tonight. They lost 5 large trees or 6. 6 large trees. He did send pictures. They've been doing a great job trying to clean those up. One was across the drive, so they couldn't even get in. Our maintenance director, Pat Bolt, sent a crew out there to assist them. They're at the point now, though, they need to call in some outside help. So, and hopefully nothing happens tonight out there. But I will have a special purchase for you to approve at your next meeting to get these trees cleaned up and removed as quickly as possible. This is probably going to require us to push back the opening of the North Course. Probably mid-April is what we're looking at now. Again, all weather dependent. Our new golf pro has been meeting staff from last year, bringing back a lot of people from last year and hiring some new ones. He's met with the league chairs to make sure everyone's aware of our policies and that our schedules are laid out for the season. He's talking to all the outing promoters and organizers that have outings on the books right now, getting to know them, making sure all the details are in place and that they're on the calendar. And he's also looking at bringing in some new outings if there's spaces available. So he's had kind of a challenging start out there with the weather. I know, I think the second day we were open, the power went out at the North Course. We had no IT services. That happened again Sunday, so the services just came online this morning. So he's working through some challenges out there, but all in all, I think he's really making himself at home and doing a good job, and we are happy to have him and looking forward to the courses opening for the season. I do not have any vandalism to report, so that is the end of my report.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Walker, any upcoming events?
And there most definitely are. Yesterday we actually had a open play for Paper Football League at Krieger Memorial Hall. It was 9 people that showed up, but we had a fun time. And it sounds like teams are starting to get signed up for the tournament as well on April 19th. That's all being ran by the Paper Football League organization. That's not being ran in-house for this first tournament. So I'm excited. We had a real good time last night. Everybody come out next Tuesday, April 8th. We'll have another open play, free play night, Paper Football League from 6 to 8 p.m. at Krieger Memorial Hall. Next Monday, April 7th is Chess Club from 5:30 to 7:30 at Krieger Memorial as well. And April 10th is the Pour and Paint with the design being imagined by our own Shannon Eason.
The dragonfly.
It's a dragonfly. She requested a dragonfly for this event. So
I'm a dragonfly.
So yeah, make sure you sign up for the Pour and Paint at Krieger Memorial on April 10th, and you can sign up for everything on
Auto app.
the Auto app. The Auto app. Yeah, and that's all that we have that leads up into the next meeting.
All right. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Mr. Hoffman's not here for the planning commission report. I have been unable to attend the Port Authority meetings, but I believe they have one next Monday. Mr. Labus, the Zoological Society.
They meet next Tuesday. I will be there, and they received a $10,000 donation from the Frederick and Rosemary A. Menon Foundation. This will go towards animal care at the Washington Park, and that was on opening day. So
Thank you. Attorney's report,
I have nothing to report. Thank you.
director's report. Mr. Volz.
Patrick Volz, Maintenance Director. Just want to give you an update of where we are for the year so far. We started out the year removing Christmas. That became a little bit of a challenge compared to previous years with the weather. We did assist the street department several times, plowing. And we also assisted the city with the new emergency snow removal plan. From there, once we got Christmas done, we did complete the maintenance of all our equipment, 19 different mowers and tractors and 7 of our trucks. We overhauled our beach sanitizer. We completely went through the belts and fixed the belts, replaced all our tines on it. Have it running like new for this year. We've already been out on the beach probably about 6 times this year. We also have a tractor that has a sand broom on it. We overhauled that broom. That's going to be put to some heavy use. We got quite a bit of sand to clean up so far this year. Every week we thought we had a good jump on the sand, and then the weekend would come and we'd go back out and have to start all over again. So it's been a little challenging with the sand. We have also started our berm removal just because of where we are with the calendar. So hopefully in the next week or 2, we will start leveling the beach and the beach pass. We built 20 new 16-foot picnic tables for North Point Pavilion. We brought in our entire stock of tables, almost 300 of them, went through every one of them, any nail, any screw, any bolt that needed replaced, and any boards that needed to be replaced. So our tables are 100%. We also started going through all our parks for spring cleanup. And then had to return 2 more times after that with storm cleanup. And as Shannon has said, we've been out at the golf course trying to help. We're trying to juggle around all our spring setup to help Mike. There's just 2 guys out there, so we don't want them broken before the season started, so trying to aid them everywhere we can. Patriot Park, we got soccer ready. We had a bit of a project with the office out there. So we replaced the entire flooring out there. We've replaced all the exterior trim. There's still some painting to be done, but I think we got another probably 20 years out of that building now after the issues that we had. Singing Sands Trails, we've gone through the entire run of the trails, cleaned them all up from the winter, picked up all the garbage, the rocks, the dirt, everything that got thrown on the trail from the highway, from the plows and everything else. And those should be good to go. I believe the Liberty Trail section should be done here shortly with the bridges, so trails should be opened back up. We are preparing now to get water on, get the restrooms open. As I said, the beach leveling, beach mats will go out. That's gonna be a little bit weather dependent. As long as we know we got wind going, we're not gonna put the mats out. They'll just get covered up right away, so. Mowing is about to start. I know we got about 4 or 5 parks that it looks like we're probably gonna have to put mowers out in them next week, so. And Patriot begins in 2 weeks with the travel ball and then soccer the week after that. So we're all ready to go out there and garbage season will start. So we look forward to coming in on the weekends for picking up here in the next 2-3 weeks, depending on weather. And we also have the Easter egg hunt coming up on the 19th. That'll be our first weekend event. That is all I have.
Thank you, Pat.
Thank you.
You the man, Pat.
Yeah, he is the man.
Department Finances, Mrs. Spurling.
Yes. Okay, we have for the claims docket for April 2nd, 2025, municipal $53,142.79. Golf petty cash 0, zoo casino 0. Total claims $53,142.79. I move that we pay our claims.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All in favor, say aye. I'm sorry.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Next item, payroll number 6 for 2025. It's from March 2nd to March 15th, pay date March 21st. Total payroll is $69,711.75, and I move that we pay our people.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried.
For gifts and donations, DeVries Tire Company donation for the YBL team sponsorship, $400. Thank you. An unknown zoo donation miscellaneous, $18. Thank you. Minor transfers, none. Zoo endowment, none. Board of Works, none. Credit card charges, none. I move that we accept these gifts and donations.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Are there any comments from the public?
Yes, this is Tommy Kolovic from 1316 Ohio Street. Good evening again, distinguished and honorable Michigan City Park Board members. Getting back to the summer feeding program. Now, that's part of the CEP program. It's a federal program, the Community Equivalency Provisions. And we've had that at the schools since 2017. That basically means all the schools, the students of the Michigan City area schools get free lunches. And I hope with everything going on in Washington, D.C. with the cutting Department of Education, I hope we're able to continue having that. I mean, that might end up getting cut. So this might be the last year we have that, and I hope it continues. I wanted to mention, I know Mr. Hoffman isn't here tonight, but I was at the Plan Commission. They mentioned about establishing 2 of the pocket parks in the Tyrant Hills subdivision that's going to be going in. It's basically, they just take a parcel, they put like a picnic shelter and a play set. That's going to be under the authority of their homeowners association. Those won't be under the authority of the Michigan City Parks Department. I know they're planning on putting those one in the new Woodland Hills subdivision too, because I know there's a lot of confusion with the Pytenia Park, which is a property that fronts Ames Field. As we all know, that's all under the jurisdiction of the Michigan City area schools. Now, that was put in back in 1995 along with the reconstruction of Ames Field. It was basically private donations that was raised by what was called the Save the Fountain Committee. It was kind of a joint effort between like the St. Joe Club and the Moose Lodge with the late Jim Pizarnik. And so we raised about $25,000 and put all that in, but the park doesn't have any authority. That was dedicated honor a gentleman named Mike Paitini. He was the longtime groundskeeper at Ames Field and the downtown Santa Claus, really, community minded man. But just wanted to pass that along and you have a good night.
Thanks,
you.
Tommy. Thank you.
Any other comments from the public? Any comments from the board? I have no comments. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Mr. President.